danger.
Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Caffeine and Sensu Beans podcast. I'm joined by the usual suspects, Blessin and Chi Ween. Gentlemen, how are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm away right now. This is my wife and I's anniversary weekend. So we're completing our fourth year of marriage. So yeah, it's exciting. It's an exciting time, and we're in Oregon visiting some friends, and pretty cool. Being in
Dude, that's crazy how it's already been 4 years.
I know.
That's wild.
I know.
It feels like just yesterday we were at your bachelor party.
I know, dude. It goes by hella fast.
It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
How about you, Bless? How are you?
Yeah, I'm all right. Enjoying the weekend, trying to stay cool. It's nice and hot up where I'm at.
You hate it?
It's disgusting.
Yeah, it's gonna be insane today.
It's like I think yesterday I got up to 110.
Dang.
And it's supposed to be hotter today.
Oh no.
Yeah, that's why I'm not going outside.
Wow. I'm
You're
sure
not going out there in
this
your
is the
chinchilla?
perfect date. What's that?
You're not going out there in your chinchilla?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Today's the perfect day to
blasting.
Yeah, dude. Today's the perfect day to go for a stroll.
How about you? How you doing?
I'm good. I'm sore. We have I was telling Chiween earlier off air how yesterday we played soccer or whatever, and of course we have a legendary friend. His name is Barbosa,
He showed
aka
up?
Zarbosa. And he showed up and he put us through the ringer, dude. Crazy drills.
He came in with the chip on his shoulder after what happened that morning.
Dude, because he came in motivated. So I was telling this fool, even like during the parts where you have to jog back to the start of the drill, he was sprinting back. Yeah. He almost passed out. It was crazy because it's hot, but he was sprinting, dude. But anyways, what are we talking about today, boys?
One day we'll have him on for the.
One day we probably will. He actually was one of the
face of that.
Yeah, he'd come on too, even though he hasn't played in like 5 months.
The last time he logged in was 125 days ago.
Yeah,
so he'll be good. He'll be good, nice and relevant.
Yeah.
He's like, are people still rocking the 3,000 level?
He played someone like that, dude. He's like, what the hell is this? When he saw everyone had 5,000. Oh shoot.
That's the boy, man. Shout out to Barbosa if he's listening.
Barbosa. All right. What are you talking about today, Bless?
We're gonna be discussing the most recent update, and just I guess everything that came with it. What you guys like, what you don't like, what stuck out to you.
Yeah. Well, actually, I want to hear your take on Zenkai 7 Gohan, because I feel like that's been at least the first day of the update that sent like the whole community into chaos in a good way, I think, for the most part. People went nuts over that guy. But I don't have him because I think I've got him at 3 or 4 stars. So I haven't been able to Zenkai him, but you do.
Yeah, he's definitely broken. I think it's all right because he buffs two tags that weren't too relevant. Like as far as their Zenkais, like that Trunks, no one's really scared of him.
Right.
And then Sun Family only had the free Kid Goku. I mean, granted, he's Z tier as well.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it just really adds just brought 2 tags back into the meta. And you're no longer worried about blue units. Like, for example, right now, I'm doing work with the LF Super Saiyan 3 Goku.
Right.
I feel like it's just bringing old old units that weren't as relevant just back to life without really having to do anything.
Yeah. Um, he from what I've seen, the showcases I've seen, like he's nuts. His blast damage is nuts. The way he can destroy blue units, um, it's pretty scary. But it kind of reminds me of when he first dropped. Like that's how he was. Especially if you got him as like a last man standing, he was wild. And so it's kind of brought him back to that. I don't when I saw him doing a bunch of damage, I was like, I don't know if this is good for the game, but his kit is based around. I mean, he's got a little bit of support in there, and he's got some cover cut, but it's primarily based around damage, where like Vegito Blue, and I think it's gonna take a while to really get a sense of how good Gohan is, but I don't know that he
Here, how about
feels.
this? Real quick, that last video I just sent you guys, I don't know if you watched it, but I eat back-to-back super attack with Gohan from Vegito Blue.
Yeah, okay, you see, well, that's wild.
7-star Vegito Blue.
That's wild. But
Yeah, I
Vegito
mean,
Blue,
but
like,
is that really not broken? I mean, is that really good for the game though?
and that's what I said first. Like, but honestly, um, I think if you catch, well, I don't know, because Vegito Blue in his kit, he has that green card that can take away your buffs, and that is like devastating to a unit. Like that's super annoying. And he has that passive ability where he gets an extra card and 5 key. So
Mhm.
his combo's constantly going where Gohan, his kit is built around his blast damage primarily. He doesn't have a way to like take away your buffs or and like make you weaker.
Yeah,
But I mean I agree. Like he's definitely, I think we're gonna have to wait and see a little bit more, but he's there where it's like I mean I was seeing like
No, no, he's there, dude.
yeah,
He's absolutely busted.
I was seeing like Goresh and Ryuden's videos, and they were like, I mean he's super strong, but they both kind of said, I don't know if I like this, like him being so powerful that he's destroying blue units. I think, you know, we'll wait and see. I don't think the reaction's been the same as to Vegito Blue though, in terms of like how, but it could be because of the team. You know, the team isn't as stacked as Future or Fusions or God Key.
Yeah, I've been bodied with this team still.
Yeah, so
I
we'll
also
have
seen
to
a lot
see.
of people run him with Z Android 16. I mean Z7 Android 16. So it just
Yeah.
bringing a lot of different teams that I'd never even thought of.
Mm-hmm. And this is kind of like, in a way, this is kind of how Legends used to be, where the game was primarily driven by units, where it was like one or two units were super OP and they were on different teams, where recently it was more so the tags that were busted, like Future, God Key, Regen, you know. Gohan's team kind of symbolizes what Legends used to be, where it was like a team that was pretty okay, but they had a busted unit. Um, like the Green Bardock, uh, like the Green IT Goku, units like that. But yeah, I don't have them. I don't suspect I'll have them anytime soon.
yeah. I don't have them either. I only see what what other people have. I mean, it's kind of strange to me. I feel like they've been releasing these really powerful units. Because isn't Demon King Piccolo also really strong too?
Yeah,
And
he's
16 as
nuts.
well. Like they're just like releasing these really strong units that I don't know. I mean, I understand the purpose of it, but I don't know. I don't know what the end goal is there.
Hmm.
I don't know what it's leading us to. You know what I'm saying? Like it almost feels like they're just like going, and then it's like, okay, but when is the cap? You know?
Yeah, and I actually felt um, like yeah, the Zenkai, like Demon King Piccolo, this Gohan, they're busted. But I felt like the other units that they had released, like like the green Goku that I really like, the Super Saiyan one,
Mhm.
the Turles, the red Super Saiyan Blue Goku, the purple Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta. Like those units were really good, but none of them felt busted. Like, oh, this isn't fair. Like, nah, why did they do this? You know, like it just their kits are solid. You know, you can have, and I thought that was kind of the direction they were heading in. We're like, okay, we saw with Vegito Blue, we kind of overdid it. Um, and they were kind of
Yeah.
trying to reel it back in.
Uh-huh.
But honestly, I probably don't. I don't know now, because it's scary to think like what units are gonna look like in the year. You know.
Yeah, it's almost like they reeled it in and then they're like, yeah, but let's go back
Yeah,
to
how
what
it
we're doing.
was.
Yeah, let's go back to what we were doing. Um,
Yeah,
but yeah, I mean, it's cool. I think it's one of those units that it's really cool if you have them. If you don't have them, then you're gonna have to just
endure it.
endure the massacre. I guess that's gonna ensue. You see, he looks
Yeah,
cool
yeah. I mean, he's great, and when he dropped, you know what's crazy is like he was the LF unit, and this is kind of what I talked about. I don't know if it was the week last week or the week prior, but when he dropped, he was the first LF unit, and he dropped alongside Cell. But Cell, even though on release he wasn't better than Gohan, he didn't feel better than Gohan. Cell stayed relevant for longer. Like he was
though.
better throughout a longer duration. You could still use that Cell today. You know, there's a reason why he hasn't gotten a Zenkai, but Gohan did. And this is what I talked about with LFs. Like, are they handling LFs in a way where it's just artificial rarity? You know, like it
Yeah,
it makes the unit feel more rare than it actually is because they slap a legendary finish on there. Um, but the actual kit isn't, you know, as special as maybe other units that are really good that aren't LFs, because you know I think Cell and Gohan being the first kind of LF sparking duo that came out kind of touches on that. You know, like Cell is still, you know, he obviously he's aged. He's over a year old now, a year and a half, but he's still usable. Like you could still run him. Uh, where Gohan, that wasn't the case, you know, and Gohan was the LF unit, right? So that's kind of what I'm wondering, if that's what they're doing with LFs, you know, if it's really just kind of artificial rarity to make it seem more attractive and then justify the 0.25% pull rate, you know.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I can see that. I mean, I think it's one of those things that like, yeah, it just adds another like novelty aspect to the game, and
Hmm.
people want to just have the LF and whatever that means, and I think if you go down the list of LFs, I don't know if you're gonna find that many units that are like as that. I think what you're talking about, or at least touching upon about that last a long time, in the sense of like having kits that are well built, I guess you would say.
Yeah, like Super Saiyan Goku, the Namek one, he's good, but he's not your first option as a blue unit on Saiyans. You know, he's not. Um, and Frieza aged better than him. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? Like Frieza is still a great unit. He's a defensive unit, but he fills so many roles. Um, so
I think at
yeah,
that time maybe they were just really focusing on the LF units.
you mean like the actual legendary finish
Yeah,
of
like
the
they put a lot of emphasis on that, like making that busted.
yeah, yeah, just
You
that
know, at
specific
that
thing.
time, because Gohan was the first LF, and I think the
Hmm.
reason they chose, okay, we'll give Cell the better kit because he's not going to be as strong, but Gohan just going to be just wrecking everything.
Hmm.
Like his green card just buffs him, and he just wrecks. So I think now they're trying, maybe like these Zenkais are trying to bring those LF back to, like you said, the status of are they worth it? Because they weren't at first. Nobody was using it before the Zenkai. It's just like
Yeah,
what beer is. So maybe like these are kind of their way of bringing those older LS that didn't have quite the kit like these
yeah,
newer ones do back into relevancy. Especially because a lot of people have them because they're on every banner. And it's not the unit that you wanted at the time. Like, let's be honest, during the anniversary, you weren't hyped when you
to
pulled
to
Gohan
get
during the
Gohan.
LF
Sure.
animation. So, um, I just I don't know if they're gonna continue making every unit this busted. I don't think it's necessarily. I don't know if every unit has that ability. With this one, it's all right because it's Gohan. It's a unit that we want to be a stud that we were hoping to be when he first dropped, and it kind of sucked that he died out so quick.
Mm.
And then units like Cell that they have a proper kit, better kit, they last a lot longer. It's going to be like, well, then why are we going for the LF?
Mm.
So that's what I think. They're just trying to give those older LFs a little more value again, bring them back because nobody's using them before. Like right now, Namek Goku, no one's using them.
No one uses that, dude.
Saiyan
They'd
Butler,
rather use Feetku,
yeah.
and especially if you have Majin Vegeta. Uh, how do you feel? Oh, I can't hear you, dude. Not having technical difficulties.
Yeah, you talking to me? Or you talking to?
Oh, bless. Sorry, I thought he was speaking.
Wait, you say something?
Me?
Me?
Yeah. Well, okay, well, we can hear you again. We couldn't hear you.
Okay.
Bless.
Oh, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just saying that I don't know how they're going to do it. Eventually, all these LFs are going to have to get a Zenkai because right now no one's using Namek Goku. I'm probably one of the few people running Super Saiyan 3 Goku.
Yeah.
That's just because I got to force it. I mean, I went so deep for him, like
Yeah.
it's
And he
embarrassing.
covers Gohan in a way.
Exactly. So it's a win-win right there. So it's just like see a unit that could use a damage boost increase is going to be Super Saiyan 3 Goku.
Heck yeah.
Oh, relax, bro.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a crazy one. But I feel like I don't really see that many people have him at many high stars though.
I think because when he first dropped, like people were hyped, but then it takes normally about a week to really get a feel for the unit, and it was
People
pretty
deemed him
apparent.
underwhelming.
It was pretty apparent, like early on, that he sucked.
Uh,
Like there's no way he deserved that 0.25% pull rate.
mm,
And the reason why is because if you don't have that a really good damage buff as soon as you enter the field or the battle starts, because every unit has that now, and a lot of units also have damage reduction built into their kits, even if it's just a little bit, like if it's 20%, um, you're not going to do, or that unit isn't going to feel good when you're playing with the unit. So yeah, he's I think the reason why people didn't you don't see him at high stars is because, well, one, obviously he's an LF, and two, people realized he sucked and he wasn't worth pulling. Um,
he's a little hard to. He's a little hard to also like use too. Like his green card is hard to pull off. It looks cool,
yeah,
but it's hard to pull off.
it is. You have him?
Yeah, I do.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah, I got him in. I think it was a
A
daily. I
daily
think.
single.
Yeah,
No way.
yeah, I got him in the weekend banner.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I
That's
got
pretty
him.
wild, dude.
Yeah, I went
Yeah,
over
That's
50,000 deep for that man when he
yeah,
first
dude.
dropped.
yeah.
That's
It's unfortunate, I mean, I think it's unfortunate because I think a lot of this is coming down to that sentiment of it just being money. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just really pay. You have to really pay money to get these units, and it's just yeah, it's hard. For free to play players. I don't know where we stand on that. Or
as
where,
far as like the Zenkai 7 or the 0.25%.
I think
I think
both.
the Zenkai and I think and the 2.5. I mean 2.5 drop rate. I
0.25.
think it's yeah. I think it puts people that play this game for free. I think at a weird place. I think like I'm thinking about, and maybe this is a segue to the next one, which is like the Senkai that they also released, which was Cell, and like I have that Cell at like I think like at 9 stars,
Uh-huh.
and the one that you can Zenkai, and I don't know if I should spend it to awaken him. You know what I'm saying? Like it doesn't really, you know what I'm saying? Like it's just like, then what was the point of dropping it? And who's that banner for? And like, what is it? What's the real purpose of dropping a unit like that? People don't seem to really like them. It seems to me like it's just for the new red cell like to buff that one. But if so, then they fucked up then because then it's like the red cell. Then they're saying that it wasn't that good.
Well, no, actually, yeah, that's a good point. Goresh, his video of that red cell, he kind of said it like the Zenkai abilities, because you know you have your Z ability, but then once they Zenkai awaken, they have their Zenkai abilities.
Hmm.
He has that cell, Zenkai 7, 14 stars,
The
and he
usual.
was using the new one to see how much it buffed him, and he said like, you know, it's not worth it. Like the Zenkai ability is kind of overrated if that's what you're gonna go for. It's
Hmm.
not worth it. And so definitely the new cell is better. Like even if your idea is like, oh, I'm gonna get the old red cell to buff up the new red cell, it's not worth it because it's not you're not getting enough there. It's not going to be so noticeable that it's
Yeah, it's
worth
not game
dropping
changing.
7,000
Yeah.
and then grinding. If you do want to max him out, grinding co-op. Um,
Yeah. Well,
so
yeah, I'm glad that I brought it up because I mean that was kind of my thought process because like I can't really Zenkai Gohan, so I'm like, well, what else can I, you
can
know,
you Zenkai?
do
Yeah, because
in
it's like
this thing because I don't my regen team's not really that good. I mean my Android team doesn't have that many stars, so I think it would be helpful to boost up that new one that I have. But yeah, it's a difficult position. I think you know.
well, yeah, I mean it's just so like it's so dumb that you have to have the unit at 7 stars. That is the stupidest thing I think I've seen. In every gotcha game I've played where they do like limit breaks, like that, whether it's Dokkan with these EAs or Bleach Brave Souls or Naruto Blazing, I, it's never been like that because you leave like a part of the player base way out. Like they don't have access to that, like,
Hmm.
and I have Gohan at 3 stars, I think. I wouldn't. He would be one I would Zenkai for sure. Um, but I'm not gonna pull on that banner. I'm not gonna
Get
pull
better
to
to get
try to get him to 7 stars. It's difficult enough trying to get a regular unit to 7 stars. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
God forbid trying to get a
No,
Legends limited unit to 7 stars.
should be
Like,
ashamed of themselves.
yeah, you don't. That's
What is
ridiculous to do that
that?
for a Legends limited unit.
Yeah.
Um, uh, because and I know that they upped the rate. It's 0.5%, but dude, that's not like that's not good, really.
It's
That
not a
all
sound.
you
Sound,
brought it up to
sound.
regular LR rates in Dokkan. Thank you. That's hard enough. Because how many copies do you need to get a unit to 7 stars? Do you know,
Five.
Blessed?
5.
Oh, 5?
Yeah. Because the first one you get them at 2 stars, and then 3,
Uh-huh.
4, 5, 6, 7.
Oh, okay. Okay, I thought you needed a little bit more to get him to 7. Okay. Um, yeah, damn. I mean, that's still a lot. No, like these things, getting an LF to 7 stars, like either you have to be a mega whale or you just get them in over time, like not intentionally in passing, if you will. Um, so I don't know, man. Even for regular like sparkings, hopefully they change that, they drop it, like that 7 star. Because we have, a bunch of LFs, but I only have I think one that's 7 star, and I'm close to getting another, but I it to get them there, it's taken so much. It's crazy. Like I can't even believe we're talking about that. Like having to get a unit to a certain limit break in order to be able to awaken him. And it's it's wild. Um So, I mean, we'll see how it goes. But I actually wanted to ask you this, Blessed. How do you feel Gohan compares to Vegito Blue since you have both of them?
Um, Gohan does way more damage. Vegito
Mm,
Blue, the thing is, it's not his damage output; it's his ability to carry a combo and stack Dragon Balls.
yeah,
Like he hits hard, don't get me wrong, but Zenkai 7 Gohan, he obliterates everyone.
yeah,
Like especially if you swap in with after that kid Goku, you get 25% damage inflicted buff.
yeah,
Like he's just shredding everybody.
yeah. And also, but do you feel like Vegito Blue being on the team that he was made him feel better than he was, or like made him
I just
feel,
think that team was really overwhelming because not only you got to deal with him, you got to deal with Zamazu, and then you got to deal with Trunks, and then you got fusions, and then you got God Key.
yeah,
As far as Gohan, the hybrids they're good, but they're not as top tier as Vegito Blue, Zamazu. Same with Sun Family. Other than the Kid Goku, the rest of them are low
eh,
S tier if you want to even be that nice.
right,
Um, so I mean, I just think that I think they made Gohan just hit a lot harder because the team that he's on doesn't have as many options as Vegito Blues does.
yeah, yeah. I kind of had a sense of like if you were to look at a unit, regardless of their teams, who would be the better unit, and who do you think that would be? Ooh, can't hear you, dude.
This boy's in the red. We can't hear you. Yeah. I just realized that team. I didn't actually hear the lineup, but like until right now, it just hit me. I'm like, oh, they all cover each other in the future team, the Vegito Blue and the
Yeah,
Trunks and Samasu. Wow,
yeah.
that's just like a lineup.
That's
It's
just a
quite the
lineup
lineup.
from hell, dude.
Yeah, it's quite the lineup. Wow,
It's wild, man.
it's crazy. I didn't never even that never clicked with me.
Mm-hmm.
You
Mm-hmm.
back? You black Wes?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on, man.
Okay. What did you ask this for? What was the question?
Oh, how did like if you were to just look at the units regardless of their teams, just say in a vacuum, right? Like here is Gohan, here is Vegito Blue. Which one would you take? You can only have one.
Oh man, I hate to say it, but dude, Gohan as a last stand unit right now, it's nuts.
Nothing compares to him.
Right now, I don't think so, man. Like he's so good. Like he heals over 1 million when he pops his main. Like I
Dude,
went from over like I was at like at 300,000 and I was almost
What
back
is
to
that?
full health. So
What
the
is
more
that?
damage he takes, the more he heals on his.
oh
Uh,
wow.
yeah, it's disgusting what they did with him. But yeah, I'd probably have to take Gohan, dude. That last stand ability, knowing that okay, I'm getting destroyed, but at least I got an opportunity if I just wait for this fool
Yep.
to take everyone else out. And I never thought
Man.
I'd say that.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah, if you look at the top 100 players, at least Nasarachi shared a screenshot on Twitter. It showed everyone had Zenkai Gohan. Everyone.
He's
All top
crazy.
100. So, yeah, he's nuts, dude. Um but how else what other parts of the update? Like how do you guys feel about the rest of the update? Like
I like the Ultra Space Time Rush. I like that. The change in that. We don't have to do 50 matches. You know what I'm saying? It
yeah,
was
dude.
much
That's
easier, much
big.
simpler. I appreciated that. I like the fact that the rush medals are being able to use for something else now. It's I think I like that change to that
I haven't
mode.
even done those. I'm saving those points for our next guild war. I feel like we're gonna need it.
Ah, okay, that's pretty smart. Well, yeah, yeah, yeah. That's a good idea. I did it
Because I'm not gonna
and
be pulling.
yeah, I did it and when I saw Gohan's uh Z Awakening power,
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, I'm gonna get it. Even though I was gonna force it, like even though I know it's not gonna awaken my Gohan. I still went
Maybe.
and got it. I was just like, I'm just gonna get it, and then I got mad
There you go.
after after he
That it
didn't
didn't awaken
awaken.
him.
Yeah, I was like, God dang it. Um, but I agree. I think it's a lot easier, and you can get the the rewards are good. Like it's not an issue with the rewards. It was such a tedious grind.
Yeah,
Um,
50 matches.
it's wild,
And
man.
I haven't even gotten in. I gotta see what they did to revamp this.
You should see it. Like the
I'm looking
first
at it right
stage, it's just
now.
one fight.
Yeah, the first stage is one fight, the next one's three, then the
Three,
next
Just the
five.
one's
boss.
and then it's seven, and then it's 10. It's like they it's just much more, it gives you more time to just actually play the game. Because I feel like it's one of those modes where you just put auto and
Yeah.
it just does it for you. It's like, dog, we rarely get to play the game.
Yeah,
Like,
I actually play it.
oh, well, bless your heart. I don't have
Well, it's
time
because that's the only way I can remember people's kits. So I just will throw random auto teams together, and then I'll force myself to remember what their kits do.
Oh man, it's commitment, dude.
Yeah, but that only really works though at the fifth stage though, because like that's when they're the strongest. Like in the first three stages, your teams probably are obliterating every team that they're going up against.
Yeah, but it's still. I feel like auto takes forever in this game.
Because the AI is so stupid.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, let me finish this in 10 seconds instead of 30 minutes watching my AI struggle to dance with a level 1000. It's like, dude, just blast him with a single key blast.
Yeah, and he's done. But like, dude, the AI, the AI in this
I didn't know
game.
they made it like this. That's cool.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's cool. I like it. I still think they got to get rid of these freaking.
Oh, they're playing us though. They took away the 1000cc. See, I would take that trade. I would take the 30. I would take all those for the 1000cc.
But what are you talking about for the rush?
The last one that they had is for if you cleared all 5, you got 1000cc.
I think it's still 1,000, isn't it?
Nah, it's 500. I'm looking at it.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah,
I thought they said it was 1,000.
for the last one, 100. Yeah, it's 500 only. See, yeah, that's where they got us, dude. I knew there was a trade-off.
Oh, I could have swore. I could have swore. I thought they said 1,000. What? Yeah, well,
1,000 in total or what?
Now it's 500 in total.
Oh.
Last one was 1,000. Each stage you got 200.
Oh, but the last one, yeah.
So I'm saying, I
Oh.
guess there's a trade-off. It's a little bit easier, but you don't get. I would have kept that 1000cc and kept it the way it was.
But there were 10 levels in the last one, right?
No, 5.
yeah,
Oh, 5.
there was 5, but then it was 10 fights. So you're talking about 50 matches. But
For
Fun.
1000cc, man, I'll take
maybe
that
I
trade-off.
misread that. Really? I don't know about that one.
Yeah, man, it's how easy
Dude.
that event is for
Dude, the
1000cc.
Zenkai souls are so hard to like come by though. It's like, God, nobody wants to do the freaking co-op.
I'm sure.
Dog, nobody wants to do that.
Dude.
I'd rather have like a more streamlined way to get them. Like it's just so ridiculous to play that mode. It's like it's not, it's cool in theory, but it's just like, dog, past 3, like there's literally no reason for you to play that mode.
You're like, how many times do you have to play the mode to Zenkai a unit? I'd say, if I had to guess, probably 1,000 times. Maybe
Dude.
not 1,000. What am I saying? Maybe like 300.
Dog, who has the time to do that?
Yeah.
Dog,
And
nobody has the time to do that.
And really, it's not 300. It's maybe like 350 because you're going to get a bunch of people who disconnect, which pisses me off. Or people that,
Bringing in the cool. Before they could disband, you'd have to fight with someone with like a green unit taking on a purple unit.
Yeah, exactly. Gosh.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I thought it was fine. Personally, just because I find it's such a tedious grind having to go through so many stages of Ultra Space Time Rush. So I'm like, whatever. Give me the events. I play less. It's fine. I want to play PvP. Like that's the main. That's the
main entree for you.
Yeah, and I feel like that's where Legends should focus. I mean, not.
I mean, that's the point of the game.
Yeah, like that should be Legends' focus. in a way. I don't mean like, oh, disregard everything else, but they need to enhance their PvP and well, leverage it, like do a lot more with it. Because it will always be more fun to beat a real person than to beat a bot in PvE, you know. So yeah, that's why I'd rather play PvP. Um, but and that's actually a pretty good segue into the LBR. I don't know if you guys have tried it out.
I
I haven't
have.
been able to try it out, but I saw the mode though. I saw it. You were talking about it a little bit yesterday, right? About
I
like,
think Battle Royale.
yeah. I mean, I think it's a nice
I
little
mean,
like.
I think we can all agree it was rolled out half-assed again.
Oh, really?
Well, there's no punishment if you disconnect.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
that's the problem.
So it's like, why are you gonna have people try to play this mode, take it serious, and where there's no punishment for the other person, and then the person that gets quit on risks getting banned? So it's like you guys have no control over this.
Yeah, exactly. That
Yeah.
dude, it's
That's
wild. And
unfortunate.
why do people cheat? Like that's the thing that pisses me off is like people love being trolls. Like there are people out there who genuinely love being trolls and they're
They
like,
load into the game and they're like, I'm
This
gonna
is it.
destroy some people's
"Yeah,
lives
I'm about to
today
end this
because they,
man's career."
yeah,
That meme. Yeah. Dude, like play the game, you lose. I'm not going to quit or I'm not going to DC, but so Chewin, just to kind of get situated, LBR was introduced in 2019, back in the day, like early
yeah,
2019.
memory lane.
Yep. And it was to like the top X amount of players, like the best players,
Mm-hmm.
the ones that went like 13 and 0 and met other criteria, they got selected to
Las
compete
Vegas
in a
tournament.
tournament.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but the problem with the mode was like, okay, people disconnected often because there's no penalty. You know what I'm saying? So you could be winning, like you and I are playing, and you could be beating me. And because I'm like, well, I'm not taking this L, I
Yeah.
disconnect. And it for you, it's not going to show as if you played a match. And for me, it's not going to show as if I played a match.
Well, it does. It just gives you a draw and it keeps on moving.
Oh, well, the
Oh,
ones that
yeah.
I just played, the one that I just played, like I still have my tickets,
No, you don't lose the tickets. You just, so for
Oh, okay.
example, it says number of battles. Like for example, I got
Oh, okay,
DC'd
okay, okay.
yesterday. So you get 3 tickets. So right now, I haven't played my other tickets. I only played 3 matches, but I DC'd 1 TC. So it shows number of battles 4,
Oh,
number of
okay.
wins 2.
Right. So I have 4 battles and 1 win and 3 DCs. And it's upsetting. Like all three, except for one of them, like we didn't even like we just started the match and the dude quit. He's like, "Yeah, I'm done." But the other ones, like I was winning, and the person I was playing, they quit. And it's just like it's a great mode in theory. I think this is actually what they should be doing, having these type of
It's different
PvP.
from PvP,
Yeah, exactly. Or
normal PvP.
standard. Yeah, exactly. PvP. And people are gonna play it more than casual. So this is a great way to give free to play players access to these 14-star units that they normally
Probably
wouldn't
won't.
have. Um,
I don't know. As I'm hearing this, I would actually disagree a little bit there because I feel like if you're already really good, if you're really good at this game and you're given a 14-star unit and I'm not as good, that gap gets increased even more. So there's
Oh,
even
because you
more.
have a 14-star unit too.
That doesn't matter, though. Like that
It
doesn't matter.
does.
I no, because I'll go up against you and like I'm not as good as you, and you're gonna smack me. So it's like
well, yeah, that
I'm
in
gonna
that
quit
case,
if there's no like if there's why would I stay in a match that I'm trying to get away from ranking matches, right? Because ranking is really cutthroat, right? And I'm just giving this perspective because I feel like rating matches are kind of cutthroat in that way. They're like, yeah, like that's the expectation, right? Like you're gonna go up against beasts and blah 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 blah. Then this other mode, I'm trying to play a different type of mode, and it's like, but I'm meeting the same exact like
But now you're armed with the same team, with the same level of stars.
Well, yeah,
I don't know if that makes a difference though. Not with people's skill level.
Well, but yes, because before you're getting bodied with people that have teams that have higher stars than you as well. But now the damage output is going to be similar. It's going to be just strictly based off skill at this point. So before you lose to teams because they have higher stars, they take less damage, they do more damage. This game mode, everyone's now on the equal playing field as far as stars, unless you have a Z7, then you can't. I mean, that's it. But I think it's a different way, and I think it does really just push it to just skill, in my opinion. Because when
yeah,
I
I
was
think
playing my first few matches, I was like, damn, this my team doesn't hit as hard as it does on regular PvP.
it doesn't. And it's true. Like the great equalizer in this mode is skill. Um, now, and that's it. Like if and you're right, Chewin. If you don't have the skill, it
Getting
doesn't
bodied in
matter.
either mode.
You're getting bodied. Like you're getting bodied. But the like Bless said, the playing field in terms of stars is now leveled. You and I both have 14-star units, and you might not be as skilled as me. Where and so you probably will lose. But in PvP in ranked, the playing field is not equal when it comes to pay to win. We know like PvP ranked is pay to win. You know, but it's kind of there's nothing you can do as like when you go up against a 14-star Vegito Blue. You could be very good, but 14-star Vegito Blue is going to decimate your units, you know. Um, but like I said in LBR, you have a 14-star unit as well. All your units are 14-star. And now it's just, who's more skilled. But
But don't we already know that? Because like we already know that, and I think that that's where this mode is like, it's like I think it sounds really cool in theory, but I'm just giving you the other side because I feel like both of you are really good at this game. So maybe you don't understand why somebody would quit. You know what I'm saying? And like,
wouldn't want to
and,
play it.
you know what I'm saying? Why somebody wouldn't want to play the game? Like, I'm just giving you the other perspective of like, if if I'm already getting smacked in ratings match or like in ranking
Mm-hmm.
matches, and my skill is not that good, I'm now now you've taken away casual mode. I'm not saying that casual mode is even something a thing, but I'm just saying like the idea here is like for it to give it another twist to PvP, right?
Mm-hmm.
But that twist ends up reverting right back to what you're not enjoying about the game to begin with.
I think what they could do to address that would be to translate the ranking system or a ranking system that groups you with people that have your same level of skill. So like in PvP ranked, you're going up against people if you have, I don't know, 3000 RP, you're going up against people who have more or less 3000 RP. That's kind of how it is in a lot of these games where they have a PvP environment. You're going up against people who have um, similar skill level than you, and like FIFA, if you're in Division 4, you're only going to go up against people that are in Division 4. I think they could do
That's
something.
exactly what I thought about right now.
I think,
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking about.
yeah. So I think they could translate and do something like that because in LBR right now, all they have is it's just they throw everyone in there and they start like filtering people out by number of wins. You see what I'm saying? So like if when I first queue into LBR, I could go up against someone who's really good or someone who's really bad. Like it just when I first, as I win more and more, okay, then it starts to filter out and take shape. Like now I'm going up against someone who has 10 wins and I have 10 wins, but at the beginning it's everyone in the game, and you can go up against, like I said, there's no bracket system, there's no ranking system. I think they could introduce something like that um, into LBR, but the biggest the biggest thing is, and that would make the experience better. Different tier players would probably enjoy it more, but they need to address the issue of people DCing without being penalized, because for me what makes the game not or what I don't enjoy about the game when I'm playing PvP is Rising Rush, but also DCing, like because the, what is the punishment for people who DC? Like Dragon Ball Fighters right now, obviously it's super ranked. It's kind of like in a way, in a way, at face value, it's like Legends, but for the place or console games.
Hmm.
But they just dropped like an announcement that if you're caught cheating, you're done. You're banned from the game. You're
Yeah.
banned from online play. And that's super strict, and it's really coming down with an iron fist. But I think Legends need something like that because right now, all they do is reset your RP, and then you can come back and play. Um, and I think part of it has to do with the way they built the game. They use a cloud-based service instead of a server, so it's more difficult to track the actual IP.
Yeah.
Um, but that to me, that's what makes LBR unattractive. Everything, it's a great mode, and yeah, of course, like you said, we can talk about how to improve it, but a core issue is the fact that people aren't getting punished right now. And if you were to go look at like the community and see what they're saying, the biggest thing is going to be people are quitting and they're not getting punished. So why are people, these people aren't being
Well, then that, and
disincentivized?
then the ones that don't quit do get punished.
Yeah, they can get punished.
Yeah, so it's like right now there's no real control.
No,
It's
you're
just
right. Exactly. And
Yeah,
by
I
punished, you
think
mean,
yeah, yeah. Okay, continue.
like you get a warning, like you're the one that did something. Like it should be able to track whose connection cut off.
Well, it does
yeah.
though, because I've disconnected before, and like
Hmm.
it just locks me out. Like I can't play for a certain amount of time.
See,
Yep.
but like when I was playing LBR, when the guy DC'd on me, I got a warning saying that I got to be careful where I'm playing. I'm like, dude, I'm still in the app. I haven't even left
Yeah.
the game.
Yeah.
I think what's always difficult about games like this is like I think it actually brings up like a interesting thing that I think maybe Bandai is aware, maybe not aware, but I think I think in
Doesn't
Japan,
care.
huh?
Just doesn't care.
I mean, I think it does though. I think you have to care. I think at one point because it's a game based on internet, and I think
Hmm.
it brings up about like issues of like equity and like class. I don't know if everybody has access to really good internet.
Yeah, and that plays a
It's
huge factor. Like when I'm
a big
off,
factor, you know what I'm saying? Like,
like when I rarely play PvP unless I'm home on my Wi-Fi
yeah,
because
you
I
know,
felt the difference, and I'm like, this is ridiculous. Like a game should not be this affected by like at least let me know if it's my connection, is it my opponent's connection.
that I agree with you. Like, yeah, like let us
Like let
know.
me know if I'm gonna keep playing right now. Am I gonna continue struggling, or is that
That's,
just a couple?
dude. Yeah,
Because
exactly.
some people might be DCing genuinely because their internet is just
It just it's not that good, and I mean, and that's just like you said. It comes down to if that's the case, then let me as an opponent know before I go into this match, or let us know like, okay, what's the connection? Like, are we gonna be good with this, or like, is it me? Do I need to reset my modem? Is
yeah,
this guy need to worry about his internet? Like, is this not the game for us?
yeah, or
Yeah,
let
exactly.
or let them know too, right? Of like,
Yeah,
okay,
let us all everyone
maybe I
know.
shouldn't be playing against Kick because
Dude.
our connection is trash, and maybe I should
Mhm.
just be playing like with people in El Salvador.
I mean, right now we can see it right here, right? Like we see each other's connection and we can tell like, oh, my
So
connection's not
my
great,
connection
or
was weak because it was connected to a different internet. I don't know why. So
oh, okay.
I got on the right one
But
now.
we can see that and then be like, oh, okay, hey, bless, you need to do this, or like maybe you should do this. But it's such a simple thing, and it can clear so many headaches up.
I mean, what
If
year are we in?
yeah,
Everything is based on the internet. You can track it.
yeah,
You can put
that's
money into that. Take away a little bit from Blazing. Take a little away from Doken. They don't need that much money. Invest into your guys' PvP, and you'll be surprised like how much of a response you get.
yeah,
Where people
exactly.
are just losing because they got their ass kicked, or they really genuinely just lost, and not because I'm sitting there and it went from count 180 to 178. It took a minute and a half of real life time.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like, so to me, that right there would make a huge difference in how
Yeah,
people respond to PvP matches.
and I
yeah.
think actually Chiwing said
There's a
something.
little bit more transparency there. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
a little bit more
Yeah, what are
transparency.
you guys hiding? Like, just
Yeah.
okay, they have bad connection. Okay, let me back out.
Yeah, like it's not to
Yeah.
knock them. I mean, I hope that that's not what it is, right? Because there could also be a little bit of shame there, right? Of like, here we go, my boy with the red bar. You know what I'm saying? Like, there could be a little bit of that, but it's like, I think it would be good for my boy with the red bar to know that he's in the red bar.
Yeah, where no
You know what
one's
I'm saying?
gonna be
Like,
enjoying playing you right now, Chief.
you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
So
Like, it's like you won't even enjoy because you're
yeah,
also laggy. You know what I'm saying? Like,
exactly.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, make a decision here. Are you gonna be hating the game, or are we gonna make a conscious effort to get a little bit, better connection?
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. And but actually Chewin said something that was he brought something up that I've heard before, and it was because obviously the game was, I don't know if it was built in Japan, but it certainly seems like it was built for Japan. Um Japan, it's not as spread out, the country. I mean, it's a big country, but it's not as huge as, say, the United States,
Or just
where
Americas, because this game is covering the Americas, right? Like
right. And
global,
it you
this is
think about how far it has to spread, like how far people are from one another in the US, where in Japan they're in very close proximity. And so, you know, I think they built it with that mindset, like, because from what I hear in Japan, they're loving it. They're like, I never felt any
What's
connection
lag?
better than Legends.
What's lag?
What's lag? Who's lag switching?
Yeah, like they're on dial-up trying to slow the game down because it's running so
Yeah.
smooth over there.
They're like, this thing's too
Like
fast.
they're releasing a title slowdown screen on their
Yeah.
update.
Yeah. So I think they were, but like you said, dude, and you know what? That's fine. Listen, it's a Japanese game. It's Japanese engineers and Japanese folks, like,
What are
but
you saying here?
yeah, I didn't want to go down this rabbit hole, dude. Here I go. Now somehow this is gonna end up in front of my boss. I'm gonna have to answer for this. No, but like, yeah, it's totally fine. Okay, you built it how you built it. You can't go back in time and rebuild it. And maybe you shouldn't. But what you could do is, like you said, put a little like notice before we queue into the game with this particular individual. Hey, this bar is red. You guys aren't gonna have a good experience. You can back out. But right now, once you queue into the game, it's over. Like,
Enjoy
that's
it.
it. You're going in for this ride. And you can
And they should give
tell.
us like 10 seconds to make a decision because, I mean, apparently in this game, if it's not happening right away, it's annoying.
I feel like, but I also think that they should add like a filter of just like breaking it up because I think what is happening there in Japan is like, yes, it is centralized, but it's like here in the Americas, like I could put in my game right now and I could play with somebody in Brazil or like Argentina
Yeah,
or
it's
Chile
wild,
and like,
dude.
you know what I'm saying? Like
That good
I don't
connection.
get why don't they just like cut it off of like, okay, South America has its own
Mm-hmm.
server, the North
Mm-hmm.
America has its own server. And like if you really are adamant about us playing against people worldwide, cool. Like hold like a tournament that like that's where it lives, you know what I'm saying? Like and you
Have
have all
people
that shit
perform.
show half there. But like when it's your main core base of the game, it's so wide that like I could be playing against somebody in Guatemala that is running on like a DSL that is not as strong as like Comcast. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
that creates an imbalance there. That it's like it's
It's not
not
the actual game itself not fulfilling its duty. It's the connection that
it's
it
the
relies
connection that
on. And that's because they're not filtering where you're playing. Like we live in California, correct? Unless you guys
yeah
moved out.
yeah
You
Yeah. Well,
shouldn't be
there it
playing with
is.
anyone
on
outside
Oregon
of
now. So, yeah.
the West Coast.
Yeah.
Maybe at night when everyone's sleeping, maybe connect with the East Coast, but keep it in the same country.
Yeah, and actually, that's funny you said that. About a few months ago, Goresh and Bebop, they had a video where they talked about this, and they said, to Chiwin's point, like, there should be leaderboards for regions, not just
Hmm.
one giant leaderboard. It should be like the U.S. or North America, like Chiwin said, leaderboard, and Central, South, and Europe. So everyone, and you play within that region,
Yeah, you have
right?
to
Because
qualify for that 10,000, not the world.
yeah, because yeah, exactly. Because dude, you probably played against some people from Brazil, plus
Yeah, and they have high level stars, and it's just terrible connection. But they're used to it. It looks like
they
because
love
they're
it.
playing.
Yeah,
They're thriving in it. They're thriving in the
yeah,
connection.
dude, it's
They're like, slow
wild.
down, get
When you
worse.
queue in,
They're thriving in the lag.
dude,
Yeah,
there's
like
like a
next.
Go ahead, Vlas.
No, go ahead, dude.
No, I was gonna say there's a guild out there. It's notorious.
The Brazil
Like
one.
the gold one from
Yeah,
Brazil.
yeah, with the S.
Dude, yeah. Dude, that when you queue into that game because there's no way of getting out, backing out. You're just like, whatever, I gotta go in. It's like you're gonna go in for it says 180 counts, I think, in the match, but it's gonna take you 20 minutes. The game's gonna be wild
And
as
you're not
far
going to
as
be doing
lag is
anything but
concerned.
taking a beating.
Yeah, the
Is it?
opponent's just gonna love it. They're gonna be like, ooh, reveling
Oh,
in it.
right where I want you.
Yeah,
Right where I
exactly.
want you.
Boom, just what the
Oh, are you
doctor
going to
ordered.
jump?
Yeah,
Yeah.
5 minutes later, I jump right into his combo.
It's just just for the sake of just more fluidity, I think it would be helpful just to just block it off by region. But if
yeah,
they're like, it's just it just really just baffles my mind of like, but why do they want to just have it so open? 'Cause it's like it's not even like in the game. I can even talk to the person in Brazil. It's like
yeah,
I can't even do anything, even if I wanted to like I think it's cool in theory, right? That I could play with someone from Brazil. Cool,
hmm
but I can't even talk to that person. I can't engage with them. I can't do anything. So what's the point of me playing with them if I can't do anything?
Yeah, like what's the point of struggling through the connection?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like it makes no sense. Just region it off. I think if you do by region, you even get a little bit more props. Of like, oh, cool, you're high ranked in Brazil. That's tight. Have like a big tournament once a year or something. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just
yeah,
I think the region one is something they really need to look into because I think it's ridiculous that only with how many people have downloaded this game that if you don't qualify pretty much in the top 20, you just grinded PvP for like really just for the fun of it.
for no reason. Yeah,
And it's like,
that was me last season.
Then
and it's
you're
like
this
to me,
close.
it's like
This close.
every other game has a region. I mean, yes, they should have a worldwide leaderboard. That's cool, but I think having regions, like, I think it takes away from how much you actually have to play PvP. Like to stay in the top, it's ridiculous, dude. Like how much people are willing to play this game. I think
Yeah,
having region split it up, that would be a really good, that'd be a really smart way. Kind of take away the stress of having to play this game so much to stay in the top.
Yeah, and I think LBR modes like LBR would be much more like I think more fleshed out. You know what I'm saying? Like there wouldn't be that like I think there's more intentionality in just creating like I mean it's a very American like mindset of just compartmentalizing everything and putting everything in like a category, but it works in this country.
yeah.
It'll just work. Like put us
I
in a
mean,
region,
it's
put us in
efficient.
put us in a tier, you know what I'm saying?
Big
Like,
ass
I don't want
country.
to go up against Garash, but as of right now, I could go up against Garash. I don't care if I have 14 stars.
Dude, at least
Garash
if
is
you go
gonna
up
kill
against
me.
Goresh, the
No, but
match is over
they
in
should
10
factor in
seconds.
your guys like the stats. Like they keep track of them. You can
I
look
know,
them up.
but because of the
No, no,
disconnection,
no. I'm talking about like the
yeah.
stats, like your career wins,
Oh,
career
okay.
like that. Like they're like when you load into LBR, based on your wins, there is no way at all you should be ranked up with Garash at any point at any time unless you are just absolutely killing it. You're 15-0. No one can stop you, and then you happen to run into him.
But as of right now, that's not what stands.
That's not the case. Anyone
right.
can
Like
go up
I could
against
go up
anybody, and
against.
I can tell because in the morning, everyone in Japan is playing.
Oh,
And then when I go in later in the afternoon, that's when the Americans get on.
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, I need to start playing in the afternoon more often. I need to just, like, know your role, know where you're at, stay in your lane. Because it's a big difference.
Yeah.
Big difference in skill.
You meet the big boys, huh? In the
Yeah,
morning,
Yeah.
dude,
the big boys are up.
Dude, when I was in Japan, and I was queuing up into PvP, dude, every match was sweaty.
just smooth, though.
Smooth. It was beautiful,
Connection
though.
was
Just
just
you're just
beautiful. You
flying.
felt like you were on a
I
console.
never seen, yeah, yeah. Dude, I needed my PS4 controller. I never seen anything run so smooth, bro.
It was for a little bit. It was running on 4K.
Yeah, dude. It was wild. I was like, let's put this up on the HD TV. No, it was, but dudes over there, they're wild. It's crazy how good they are.
I mean, how pissed were they at Bebop when he got #1?
Yeah, because it's like that's just not supposed to happen. Like, how can
Yeah.
someone outside of
And then I
Japan get
think
number
they
one?
went back to back. One of his boys got it the following, and the same dude that got mad at Bebop got mad at the other dude.
Yeah, that was what's his name?
Is it?
His Bugs.
Oh, there you go. Yup.
Yeah, he got number one. What
Dude,
I hate was
you
when I was
really
in.
do got to commit
it's
like
wild, dude.
commit
You got to make
for
sure you don't
2 weeks.
sleep.
Yeah,
It's
like
crazy.
that's
Dude.
nuts. Like what they have to go like, and that's I think comes down to that's why we should split up to region because that's not healthy.
Yeah, it's
Like,
not, bro.
that's not
It's not a
healthy.
good lifestyle.
Like why should a game have to take that type of dedication to, you know what I'm saying?
And you get
Like,
1,000
you know
CC.
what? Let the Japanese do what they want to do over there. You know what? Like they're gonna stay up 24/7 and they're gonna keep going. That's good, man. That's fun. But let us over here. Like we don't want to do that. Like I want to be able to be competitive, but I don't want to have to sacrifice my job and my life to
Yeah,
be that. You know what I'm saying? Like let's split it up.
yeah. Like, dude, I'm not gonna play while I'm at work to try to stay up in the rankings. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
like
Because like, then I get caught. My boss is like, "What the hell were you doing?" I'm like, "Dude, I'm trying to stay up number one." He's like, "Oh, you're right. Continue."
and let me know when you can help me.
Yeah. So it's like, yeah, I think, if they split it up by region, it would solve a lot of issues. If they just told us, and these aren't, especially like just showing us the latency, you know what I'm saying? Like, of the
I
internet
think that's the
connection.
first step. Let's start with
Yeah.
baby steps. The first
Yeah.
step is to show me the latency. You know, it'll tell the other person they got a shitty connection. It'll
Yeah.
tell me they got a shitty connection. It'll tell me if I got a shitty connection. So,
Or I mean, and the others, well, same thing though with that latency bar. They need to add a disband, like a back out button.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, for
Because I don't
sure.
feel like
Because it
I
doesn't.
hate the fact that I get punished for someone else's internet. Like, no, you made the decision to play this game. I don't care how good your internet is. Your decision, your fault. Now you go enjoy this laggy match. Like,
Dude.
why can't I have the choice to just back out and then relook for another match? Obviously, I want to play the game.
Yeah.
I'm in the app for a reason.
I think part of that is because, and I think why they never gave that option of like you being able to back out. One is because they built it off kind of like the Naruto Blazing PvP, or conceptually, obviously, they kind of took that where you queue in and that's it. Like you're going up against whoever you're going up against. Um, and two is like they don't want to see, they don't want. This is just me really thinking now, and I could be totally wrong, but they don't want to see like the team your opponent has, like you seeing the team your opponent has, and then being like, "Nah, I'm not playing this. I'm backing out." But I think what they could do to counter that is just not even show like, not even show the team, just show the
Yeah,
like your favorite unit or something, or something like they can mask it in a way where you don't necessarily have to see the unit or the team they're running, so
or
you
just show it
still
afterwards. Or just show it afterwards. Like FIFA shows you.
yeah, show it afterwards like
They
FIFA does.
show it after you set up with somebody. You set up your
Hmm.
team, and then like they show it to you afterwards who you're coming up against, and then you're gonna
Yep.
get hit with all legends teams. But
Yeah, all legends, dude.
you at
Oh
least go in there with the
man.
idea with like I'm about to come in here with my beast. I'm about to go in with my
Yeah,
boys, and
and they got a 99 Ronaldo, the Brazilian. That dude is wild. He ate me up, dude. Anyways,
delicious.
pause. Yeah,
What's the time on this?
I think we're wrapping it up right now.
Okay.
All right. Well, thank you for listening. Thank you for taking the time to listen to us on either Spotify, YouTube, or any of the other streaming platforms. It's been a great morning talking about legends. We hope you enjoyed the episode. We did. And we'll leave all our Twitter handles and links down in the description. Make sure to leave us any comments, feedback, any suggestions. We greatly appreciate it. And gentlemen, thank you again for joining. Do you guys have any closing statements or thoughts?
Not today, not for me.
Today.
No, I don't.
All right. Well, thank you again for listening. And until next time, stay legendary.
Ninja.